Hey viewers! Welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer, and this time we're doing a game from HotshotGG playing Dr. Mundo on a 3v3 map. As you can see, as I normally claim, this is a ranked map by the way, but these are all very tanky DPS characters, and we will see how they fare. So instead of going for the level 1 fight, which is very normal in the low ELO games, they are actually going for the jungle immediately, because the jungle minions actually spawn before the rest of the minions, or before the rest of the minions actually reach the middle of the lane. And this is a relatively old game. It is from, I think, the week that Jungle came out, maybe the week after. So the balances of champions will be a little different from what they are now. The items will be a little different. And I have no control over the camera, so we'll just have to see what happens. And I have seen this game before, a long time ago. But I really don't know what happens anymore, so I'll just have to see as it goes. But yeah, the enemy team really doesn't show itself yet. They place one ward at the entrance of the top jungle, and they are going to clear the jungle before the enemy gets the chance to. So we see Trundle starting at the top left, Mundo starting at the top right, and Singed starting at the bottom. And we see Zillion moving into position on the bottom as well. So he's just taking out the big wolf on the right side, and then going for this camp, which actually gives him some increased attack speed. And he's going to get out just in time. Probably going to take out these two now. But the buff is really very important. And as you might see, they still haven't gone into the lane yet. So they are just letting the other team farm up. And yeah, they are going to get the farm from the jungle. The thing he just did was quite risky, because, well, he could have easily been sniped there by one of the opponents. But that is why they put Trundle on the left side of the jungle, and they put a ward in the bottom side of the jungle, well, the bottom side of the top jungle, so they could actually see people coming when they came to kill him, or to attempt to kill him. In the meantime, he is going for the speed buff. Very useful that it spawned just in time to, not it spawned, but that he can actually get both the speed buff and the green buff. But apparently he doesn't have the green buff anymore, so it's already gone. The buffs here are very short. So this one is a movement buff. It gives you 30% extra movement, and yeah, at this moment it's more about the gold anyway. So both Trundle and Mundo have Smite, because they can take out Dragon at a lower level that way. And yeah, we see one of the opponents coming in to try to get some damage done here. Actually succeeding in doing some damage, and actually picking off Mundo for the first blood. So because this is a ranked game, the enemy knew they were facing Mundo, and the Zillion actually took Ignite, and yeah, the Ignite killed him here. because, well, the Mundo can survive pretty much any situation, even under level 6, because he has huge regeneration, and yeah, the Ignite prevents him from regenerating any health. I think it's about it regenerates about 50%, but with the damage from Ignite it reduced to 0, obviously. But they get a kill in return. And now the jungle buff has been gone to the enemy. But they can now, because they have 2 smites, they can actually take out the dragon very early. And the dragon, as you will see, gives you 280 gold. So that's a total of somewhere near the 900 gold, because you also get 25 gold for killing it. So it's actually 305 gold for Mundo and 280 for the others. But it's a lot of gold, especially early on, and it's really worth not getting the lanes for a minute to do that. And well, we see that they don't show themselves a lot in the lane, but also the enemy isn't in the lane a lot, because they are jungling as well, at least attempting to jungle. So he now has the dragon buff around him. The dragon buff gives you a percentage of extra damage equal to your level. So he is level 5 now, so he gets 5% extra damage on all his abilities, which is quite helpful. And by the time you're level 18, you get well, level 18% extra damage, which is even better, of course. So they do trade 1 for 1 here, and then that becomes 2 for 2 probably. Yep, and then these other two just are going to run away from each other. Or rather, the Zilean is going to run away from the Singed, and the Singed cannot actually catch up. But all in all, yeah, good exchange, I guess. I don't know, yeah, he ended up with red buff, so that's even better. So the Singed having red buff is a lot better than one of the opponents having it, obviously. Even though it's not the best person on the team to have it, it's better that they have it than that any of the opponents have it. Yeah, so this map is largely about farming, but also about trying to avoid people from farming, or to prevent people from farming. Because that's what Zilean is trying to do, but well, Zilean obviously not a good jungler, so he cannot really get the minions himself. He can only try to do some extra damage to the champions in the jungle, and hopefully that damage will result in a kill eventually. Zilean trying to get out of there by just running back immediately after the Mundo moves in, and it worked, of course, because this is a very small map, and as soon as you're out of the bush you're almost at your turret. And that's really the one thing you have to keep in mind, that this map is really small, and yeah, that makes jungling so much more viable if you keep that in mind, because this map is so small that even if you're jungling, you can still help out your teammates, and you can still do pretty much anything anywhere on the map, even though you're jungling. So they are trying to take out this Poppy, actually chasing after him, and that's not a good plan. Oh, this tower diving is really too much. So they get aced, but yeah, nothing will come from this, I'm guessing. Because of the small distances again. Since they will be back at the top turret before the enemy actually does some real damage to it. They will probably get some attacks off though. And there we see it. It's about 40% dead. But Dragon has respawned, so they are going to go for Dragon once again with the 2 smites. This time it will be a lot easier because, well, with the 2 smites and the higher levels, they should have no trouble taking it out. So I do have 3 of these, and that's all I have. So there are no more high level 3v3s that I could find. And I am going to cast all of them eventually. I won't put all of them up just now, because I want to have something for the future as well. But just in case I forget in the future to put them on my channel, let me know, because I do have them. I have them downloaded, and all I need to do is make a commentary of them. And yeah, the other 2, this one is really the heavy or the tanky DPS against tanky DPS, because Poppy can be considered tanky as well, since, well, he doesn't die, or she doesn't die very easily. And then yeah, of course the whole team from HotshotGG is. And as I said, this is a ranked game, so these people actually can create their own teams. They know each other, because it's, yeah, you only have the team games for 3v3, so you cannot actually solo queue for ranked games. And Anivia is the only exception here. So the Anivia is really the exception that to the tanky DPS, since even the Zillion doesn't die too easily.